first episode. Golden Age is here. Presented by Maris Fried Lefan. Today is January 21st of 2025, the day after the inauguration of President Donald Trump, His Excellency. Must I present to us our first episode of the Golden Age. The need for global peace has been expressed. And today, commencing the Golden Age, could be very confusing, but only an awareness of a classroom of teachers and students, where the students are those seeking for global peace, the Golden Age provides. Yesterday was Honorable Martin Luther King Jr. Day and happened to be President Trump, His Excellency inauguration, the transfer of power from His Excellency President Biden to His Excellency President Trump. It was one of a kind of transfer of power, very similar to that of President Ronald Reagan's second inauguration. Happens to be His Excellency President Trump's second inauguration. Should ring a bell. Should ring a bell. Also, today, enlightened concerning the weather. Enlightenment concerning the weather. Our climate has not been at its best. Our environment has not been at its best. All still in progress. But what are these significance expressing itself around the weather and the search for global peace? Our focus on this webcast today all about the Golden Age. The title of our podcast, The Golden Age, Episode 1. Alongside the expression of Golden Age is also the need for weather attention. Interestingly, His Excellency President Trump second inauguration was held indoors because of the weather condition. The height of cold and snowfall which started yesterday in the Northeast, and today awakening with a surprise of cold and snowfall in the South, which historically such a snowstorm slamming the South has not been observed since in the 60 years of not had experienced such a snowstorm. From Houston, 1 to 3 inches, Louisiana, 3 to 5 inches, the Gulf Coast, all slowing down to honor this day of the Golden Age. Thank goodness responders did really well so far. From the White House onto all the states of the United States of America, enlightening America of the completion of the Enlightenment chasing, being expressed with President Trump, His Excellency, since the days of President Reagan's last inauguration, the 50th United States presidential inauguration, which happened in 1985. We could call it a black and white enlightenment, becoming one. Black and white becoming one. 2025 happens to be the Silver Jubilee, and being the Golden Age commencing should be the first quarter of the Golden Age. 3 more quarters to complete the Golden Age. $100 divided by 25 is 4. Fiction or no fiction, harsh weather or easy weather, harsh experiences or soothing experiences are all figures of speech to bring us to the humble expression of our being. We are on a journey. We are on a journey and have come to the end of the journey, needing all to affirm the process we are in today is the process of all affirming that we have come to the end of the journey. Enlightenment chasers. The need to express that this is not home. Must we ascend to where we are one with our ancestors of the mind, battlefield free? Considering the weather requiring us to be safe, protecting self and others, understanding the need to be in your own vehicle while the other is in theirs. for you cannot ride two vehicles at the same time. Neither can you be in two lanes at the same time. You must maintain your lane. Be in your lane if you are a truck, and all personal vehicles in their own lane. For peace sake, respecting every individual's worth. If you're a family, be in your own lane, respecting everyone's completing of the journey by air, by land, or sea. It was also noted that President Trump, His Excellency, did not swear on the Bible. Was it a good thing or a bad thing? Might some have been considering. It is said that his wife, the First Lady, had two Bibles in her hand. President Abraham Lincoln's and President Trump's mother's Bible. Not placing his hands on the two Bibles does not mean he does not respect or honor them, but rather symbolizing the completion of the journey of these assistive devices, such that if we are still working on it, we should already understand that we have already come to an end. You cannot be on a crutch forever. It is meant only for a short time to assist the one disabled back to ability. Starting to understand these figures of speech while still working with the Bibles or any assistive devices. Even wealth is not really his priority right now. But being responsible, for it is said, to whom more is given, more is required. What he is more expressing of more priority is giving than receiving. You must understand that his presidency is supposed to be of expected, and it takes the people to walk along with him of expected. Democracy is in our hands. The ball is in our court. Play on. Understanding His Excellency's wife, the First Lady, is his third hand. And being held by a woman even fulfills the understanding. Mother Earth is doing work to fulfill the father land. The fatherland comprises of all planets and all galaxies. President Trump even mentioned about planting the USA flag in Mars. Only an encouragement, a motivation for all, even to the last of being, to reach perfection of self. For if we have to move to Mars, therefore Earth is complete. Not meaning we should move to Mars, but rather awakening us that we have completed work. If a flag should be placed in Mars, then the living Earth should be complete of work, of reaching global peace. The golden age is here. It is time we begin to reflect. Extraordinary. Amazingly, how he said we are very good at doing the impossible things than the possible things. Whatever we have done possible is not good enough. What is impossible is what we are expecting of us, which is all reaching perfect peace. And that impossibility will only be affirmed not on earth, but in the place of enlightenment, perfect peace, our origin, before the journey, the destination, perfect peace. It is said that President Reagan had an open Bible during the time of his second inauguration. His hand was placed on an open Bible to Second Chronicles chapter 7 verses 14. And that the justice who administered his oath of office, his name was Sir Warren E. Burger. Interestingly, a burger, according to the United States of America, is a patty of grounded beef. Beef in between splitted buns is the expression of His Excellency President Ronald Reagan's hand in an open Bible. The beef is his hand, and his hand are the words in the Bible. We wrote the Bible, and the words in there are expressed from our within, generating to perfection, and today must be of expected within. Math sometimes can be complicated to figure it out, needing a piece of paper to have the work written out. Not because it is hard, but only complicated. And how we reach this complication is of our multiplication of being. Realizing the weather today, the snow reaching the south to the point of exclamation will not surprise us if Africa begins to have snow. An expression unto all creatures to seek recovery to wellness of the mind, reaching the destination perfect, of completing this journey of physical beings. The hibernation we have experienced, where it snows, has expressed to us the ability of and extinction, distinction and extinction of creatures. The climate is like the Bible to the creatures, like the four walls of school are to us, the humans. ABC News, .go.com by Sir Bill Hutchison, January 20th of 2025, testifies that His Excellency President Ronald Reagan. Justice was not the same justice that administered President Trump in his second inauguration. Both were second inauguration, but two different justice. In President Trump's second inauguration, he was sworn in by the Supreme Court Chief Justice, Justice John Roberts, and in search for the understanding of the meaning behind the name Robert. John Baptist Church.org explains that the significance of the name Robert means a bright fame, a shining one. It implies one who leads with strength, courage, wisdom. In the biblical text of German origin, the shining armor. From the burger to the shining armor. From the hand in the Bible to the mind in man. The hand has become the mind, fullness of achievement, of enlightenment. Papa Abraham Lincoln and the mother of His Excellency President Trump all have names, and all names are significant. Father Abraham, according to the biblical text, was the father of all nations. And I bet the mother of President Trump represents the Mother Earth. Every name carries divinity. Mama Eve was called the mother of all of the living earth. Even Archangel Lucifer, his name is divinity, is divine. The name Lucifer has a divine intention. A reminder that whatever the sun becomes of confused identity can never replace the sun. But we rehabilitate the sun earliest possible to their senses. Luke 15, verse 17. Christ says, I am the light of John 8:12, and also says, we are also light of Matthew 5:14 to 16. They need to reverse our abortions, the physical experiences, the subconscious mind, back to the eternity of within. It is time to make America great again. Can we do it? Yes, we can. AI is taking over the world. The smart world, no longer the hard world. No longer of hard work, but smart work. The golden age must be well expressed to the young so they fulfill their ability. and their indication of being. No more left behind. Even all creatures are beginning to receive the enlightenment of reaching destination perfect peace. Let us not be discouraged, but rather be of expected of all the good that is given to us. There is no problem that comes without the solution, for it is from the solution that the problem is being expressed. Only a proof that the answer is right and will always be right must the work be easier and not be harder. What is causing us to complain is because we multiply into places where it's harder for us. When we have places where we can live of expected. And even if we have to live in a place where it's hard, we have all the comforts. What is depriving us is our multiplying and increase of being. Imagine if all of this enlightenment of both the North and the South of the United States of America is given to Alaska. If all the people that were left on Earth were only the people in Alaska, where snow falls almost every day, and so cold every day, and always bundled up in more coverings of clothing. If all of this glory, luxury of both the North and the South of the United States of America was given to the people of Alaska, there will be no complaint. All houses should be together in tall buildings, such that if riding your car should be a choice, you will never be stuck on the road if you have to walk on your foot. Riding a car should only be like leisure, which is important for comforting. Let us get to the reflection of this beautiful podcast, this episode of the Golden Age, appreciating our reaching the destination, perfect peace, and now encouraging all to affirm gracefully, conscious of everyone's divinity of being and fragility. Thank you all for listening. Welcome to the new age, the Golden Age.